Hi everybody, it's Leah TV, Easy Does It, back with another one. I know it's been a while since my last video, but as you guys know, I just moved and closed on a home last November. So it has been quite a journey, moving from home, crossing state lines, and just getting acclimated to being a homeowner. So I am in the midst of still trying to make my house a home. Um, it's just me and my two cats, so it's quite the journey. It's different, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm still working, and I'm also in school. For those that are interested, I am getting my degree in accounting and finance. So that is that. So I've been really busy, but I do still try to get these videos in when I can on YouTube, especially because YouTube gets the least of me. TikTok and Twitter and Instagram get the most, because they're usually like little quick spurts, videos, reels, and stuff that I could just, say what I gotta say and that's it. But I usually save YouTube for my more in-depth conversations or topics that I want to dive into that have specific points. So that is what I will be doing today. And as you can tell, the topic of the video is why the dating pool sucks. So that is what I will be talking about today. If I am looking down a lot, is because I have actually written down points so that I can stay on topic and not have this video like an hour long with me just rambling, because there are some concrete things that I have noticed just observing and actually being in, actively dating when I'm definitely not now. I'm out. I'm done. But yeah. So that is what we'll be talking about. So a couple of things that I have noticed. Oh, also I am on the floor, I know. And I also have my mic in my other room. I'm not plugging that up either, so you're just gonna have to turn up the volume if you can't hear me. It's just been a long day, so I just felt like being on the floor, just a quick little intimate sesh at 9:42 p.m. So yes, so now that that's all out of the way, now we can start for real. So a few things that I've noticed as to why the dating pool sucks. First thing is social media content. Two, there's not enough people that are self-aware. Three, there's not people being able to transmute their pain or trauma. And four, people are praying for things they can't handle or they're not ready for. Five, lack of God. And kind of tying it all together, I think all of these reasons are why people who are pure-hearted or good can't find each other, because the dating pool is just so murky that it's kind of hard to navigate these days. Like, you can ask just about anybody. Dating in 2024 versus how it was in 2017, 2018 is completely different. Like, you could kind of tell when somebody was just playing games, because you could just tell. And sometimes you might get played, sometimes you not. But like these days, it's just so different. Like, there's just a lot of liars, a lot of narcissists, a lot of clout chasers. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. That is why I have opted out. It's just about me, God, and my purpose right now. I'm turning 26 in 2 weeks. I'm good on that. I just am so focused on me. I don't even really care to date right now. But when I was just so upset, just trying to figure out why, like, where's the quality? There's a lot of people out here dating, and I was just trying to figure out where the quality was. And there's not a lot of people out here that are dating, that are of quality or need to be dating. I truly believe that a lot of people are out here just looking for a spouse because they are in survival mode. I think 2020 definitely threw a wrench in more than just the economy and people's, minds and how they live. It also shaped how people date. I'm not saying to go out and just date somebody that has nothing going for themselves, no ambition, no purpose, no money, none of that. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that people strictly are now looking at a person for what they can receive. It's strictly transactional. There's no love, no purity in it at all. So if you are a lover girl, lover boy, and you have a pure heart, the streets are not for you. It is not safe outside. Please stay inside. Okay? Please do that. Because it is just, it's not good out here. So I'm gonna dive a little bit into the first topic, which is social media. So I'm gonna break it down for what I feel like is happening with men and what's happening with women. So the first one is red pill content. And what is that, right? So I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a podcast, like a specific podcast that men get on or whatever and talk about like self-mastery or self-progression or something like that. But I kept looking it up and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if it's not a podcast or not. Y'all can comment and let me know. I have no idea what it is, but I just know it gets mentioned a lot. And I happened to find like a red pill content something on TikTok, and it's nothing but just clips of podcasts where there's women saying dumb shit and men are like, see, this is why women yada 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 and why men need to yada yada. Like, it's just negative shit. It's just, I mean, like, I scrolled through like videos, like, I mean, and this stuff had like 180,000 people following it, and like all these men are commenting saying, oh yeah, that's right, that's why, I can't trust women, and this is why this. And I was just like, and men are like consuming this content on a daily basis. Like, people are following this page and just like soaking this content up. It doesn't even matter if you are just passively scrolling. It's seeping into your subconscious. So over time, you keep seeing the same situations. You are going to start perceiving life that way. You are going to start walking into situations that way. When you start dating, you are automatically going to be dating on the defense, because you're going to have this preconceived notion of what this woman has intentions of, because based off of something that's not even real, or one situation that was being, highlighted in a fucking podcast clip on TikTok. That's insane. I mean, like, it just really like broke my heart. I was just like, this is crazy. And it's even more crazy because people take that as truth. And I guess in a way, I'll say rightfully so, because after a minute, when you start seeing the same things over and over and over and over and over again, you start to believe that it's true. And then once you believe that it's true in your mind, when you go out into the real world yourself, you are going to start attracting those situations to you just to reaffirm what you already have in your mind. So it just starts this cycle of, oh yeah, all women are like this, all women are like that. And you get lost. And it happens so quickly and so swiftly, you don't even realize it. That's what's scary. Like, just me, like, taking a step back and being an observer of everything, I can see, like, at what point, where it happens, how it happens, and how quickly it can happen. Like, social media is hijacking everybody's minds. It's crazy. And I know I sound like that old lady boomer, but it's true. Social media is hijacking everybody's brains. So that was just an example of like what it would be for men. And for women, it's these influencers like Sprinkle Sprinkle or Shira7 or whatever. And she's like encouraging women to go after men with money. Now, on multiple occasions, she said that she's not a relationship guru or anything. She's a financial advisor. And I personally don't agree with that. And the only reason I say that is because in order for you to have a relationship as a whole, like one whole person and one whole person as an individual needs to be able to take care of themselves by themselves. And the other person also needs to be able to do the same. So that means basic necessities. Okay? That means you need to be able to have enough money to take care of yourself. You need to have enough money to have a place to stay. Have enough money for those utilities. Have enough money for a car. Okay? Have a job. Have some money coming in. Have a career. And have a career plan. Have savings. Like have the basic necessities that you need in order to live. I don't think that you need to be dating if you are in between jobs, or if you're trying to figure it out, or if you're in a hard place. Or I'm not saying that, if you're chasing your purpose, or you're just focused right now and maybe you're in school, you can't date. But if you don't feel like you are in a space where you can 100% exhale and be able to have a sharp enough mind to discern who is for you and who's not, and be able to pick out those red flags and not be desperate for partnership, then you might not need to be dating. You don't need to be out here looking for anything or anybody. Okay? So yeah, I don't agree with either side of what's being pushed to men or women. A lot of people get their information from the internet and see the podcast go viral and think that most men are this way and women think this way. So this is where they get their advice. This is where they get their advice. And I believe it's extremely divisive. And this is why we're going in circles. Men and women are just going in circles, and we're just like screaming at each other. It feels like, and there's no progression being had. So at the end of the day, I feel like someone has to be the bigger person to stop the madness. I'm not going to say that it's going to be one gender or the other one, but someone has to, just because that person hurts you does not mean you need to go out and hurt other people. So you have a choice. You can either learn to grow in love, or you can learn to grow in pain, or let pain deter you, or let this world turn you cold. Okay? And I truly believe that the latter is not the way to go, because there's already so many hurt, broken people out here. The world needs more real. The world needs more love. Okay? So I advise, no matter how bad things get or how somebody treats you, just move in love. If they got you fucked up, you can tell them, hey, you got me fucked up. But also love them from a distance. You can tell them that they're fucking up, tell them where they're fucking up, how they're fucking up, and then leave. Say, this behavior is beneath me. You need help. You are sick, and I won't let you infect me, and I'm going to go on about my day. And that is exactly what needs to happen. Both sides, men and women. Doesn't matter who's wrong, who's right. But somebody needs to step up and just be like, hey, you have some issues that you need to deal with that I can't help you with. You need to go heal. You need God. And I hope God blesses you. But I'm out. But I feel like some pure-hearted people feel the need to stay. Or they feel a need to save everybody. And then there's also the other person who meets the toxic person where they are. So they let this toxic person who is sick, who doesn't know any better, who isn't moving in love, bring them down vibrations and meet them there, when that's not what needs to happen. If anything, the stronger vibration needs to be the one to be more rooted in their energy to bring up the other person. We don't need any more low vibration anything, okay? We don't need any more of that. So, I think that's where being the bigger person comes from. That's interesting that I'm thinking about that now. Being the bigger person isn't necessarily being more mature, it's just whoever the higher vibrating person is just needs to be more rooted in their energy to bring up the other energy with them or collectively around them. So yeah, I think social media is poisoning the brains of everyone. This quick money, quick everything, the influencing, the people having people's thoughts going around who really shouldn't be talking. Men got mics who need therapists. I mean, like, it's just all types of crazy shit out here. And then I think that also goes into people clout chasing and not wanting substance. So this goes into my next point, which is lack of self-awareness. And honestly, this is something that is whooping y'all's asses, okay? No one takes accountability anymore. People are afraid of being wrong. People lie to themselves, and in turn, they lie to other people as well. People can't take constructive criticism. And what people don't realize is you can't be in any type of partnership without admitting that you're wrong or not wanting to grow. Because love holds up a mirror and holds you accountable. All in all, your lack of self-awareness is keeping you from being the version of yourself that you want to be. Because you just want to be right, because you're embarrassed. You don't know how to truly be yourself. Maybe you got teased when you were younger, so you've just buried that self so deep down that you have now created another identity on top of that, and you don't want anybody to break through that wall. The only way out is through. You have to shatter this false sense of self to get to the core of who you really are. Otherwise, you're going to go through life and you're going to be lost, and you are going to have meaningless connections, and ultimately not many connections at all, because you cannot connect with somebody authentically without authentically connecting with yourself. If you do not know who you are, you can't connect with somebody else and actually have something genuine, because you are connecting from a false sense of yourself, if that makes sense. So with that being said, that brings me to point number 3. Not being able to transmute the pain and trauma. So people are not self-aware enough to even know that they need help. So they infect other people with their poison. Hurt people, and sick people also make other people sick. So a few steps that I think to help people transmute their pain and the things that they go through in life to heal. The first thing is to be self-aware and know that you need to heal. When people go to any type of class or with any type of addiction or something, they always say the first thing. They always say the first step is awareness. Always. You have to know that you have a problem in order to fix it. The second thing, you need to seek therapy, and don't lie to them. Do not lie to your therapist. Stop lying to your therapist. They cannot help you if they do not know what's going on. They cannot help you if you only tell them one side of the story. You need somebody in your life that is unbiased, where you can tell the entire story to, and they can point out where this person went wrong and where you went wrong, and then tell you what you need to do moving forward. Third thing, Practice being yourself with flaws. Practice accepting yourself exactly where you are and how you are. Be okay not being okay and not being 100% perfect. This way you can start showing up authentically in your life and attract things that are similar. So you would never attract something that is unlike of you. I hate when people say opposites attract. That is the furthest thing from the truth, and I personally rebuke it because I don't want anything unlike me. I really don't. I have a pure heart. I have been working on myself for quite some time. I have pure intentions when I'm with somebody. I'm very selective because of this, and I know how I love and how I am and all of this stuff. I don't want anybody that's the opposite of that. And I do understand why they say opposites attract, and I'll get into that later. It's mostly because these people are trying to, it's because the universe is trying to have lessons to show this other person that they need to raise their vibrations and it's time to change. Most of the times it's usually like that. It's unfortunate because it usually leaves the pure-hearted person or the good person, kind of hurt and heartbroken and all this stuff, while the other person usually goes on about their life wreaking havoc until they just cannot take any more of it and they have to face themselves. But that's usually why opposites attract. Opposites attract to bring balance. What else? So, okay, yeah. So I also said, because the problem with dating is when you find someone, it's good for like 3 months and then you find out that they're a completely different person. And it's because they are. Usually people are showing you who they want to be instead of who they actually are. So if more people become self-aware, then in turn mastered themselves, aka got better and healed, we wouldn't run into that as often. And it's true. That is why there's so many people out here talking about a 3-month rule, where you abstain from everything and just get to know them for 3 months. And most people can't hang on that long. I mean, there are some special cases where people hang on for 6 months and even a year. But those people are even more sicker because there is no way you cannot be authentically yourself for that long without showing any cracks in the mask. Maybe I'll make a video on that and talk about how, like, to watch the signs and the cracks in the mask, because the last person I dated actually was a great example of that, and I will use myself as an example to show you what the cracks look like. But in this case, not on topic, different story, different day. So I truly believe that if more people were okay with being themselves, we wouldn't run into this issue of, this identity crisis, I like to call it, when we're dating. Instead, we would have more people that are authentically themselves, and love themselves. But people don't love themselves because they're not self-aware to know what they need to change within themselves, nor are they willing to do the work that they need to do. So if more people were willing to do those things, maybe you would be able to elevate into the person that you want to be, and in turn be okay with showing yourself to people, and in turn having genuine connections. And then there will be more quality in the dating pool. I mean, right? Okay, makes sense. And moving on. So, fourth thing, people tend to pray for things that they are not ready for. This is the get to that later part that I was talking about when I said the opposites attract. And why? This is why. People continuously pray for things they are not ready for. So, you know the saying, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Well, it's true. In this sense, I feel like this is God placing things in your life as a lesson. For an example, say you pray for a certain type of person. This person, you want this person to be loyal, beautiful, have money, be ambitious, smart, etc. God will purposely have you fumble this person because you refuse to get ready for them. More specific example. Men, y'all would want a gorgeous woman, gorgeous man, gorgeous partner, whatever. Yet you haven't dealt with your insecurity issues. So every time they step out, it's, oh, who are you looking good for? And they're just like, I'm just going to the store. What are you talking about? Haven't dealt with your issues. You want something that you are not qualified to get. With women, you want somebody that's emotionally intelligent, but you are still immature yourself. You could not handle somebody not arguing with you about petty things. You could not handle somebody telling you about yourself. You're not ready for somebody to be emotionally intelligent when you are still emotionally immature. And I'm going to be honest. Us good, pure-hearted people, we are tired of being pawned and called upon to be lessons to you dusty bums. I'm sick of it. I don't know about none of y'all, but I'm tired. I'm not being the one's lesson anymore. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. So stop praying for blessings, okay? And pray to be the type of person you need in order to retain these blessings. Please. Because I promise you, I speak for every good, pure-hearted person that's watching this, that will watch this, or like ever. We are tired. Okay? Stop calling on us when you know you are not prepared to handle us. Please. And thank you. And then last but not least, lack of God. Okay? I will be 26 in a couple weeks, and there's not enough of my generation following God. I'm not even gonna hold you. There's not enough. I think out of 700 people that I follow on my Instagram page, some of them I know, some of them I went to school with, some of them are just people that, follow based off of my reels and stuff like that. But on my personal page, of that many people, I think there's only like 5 that I've seen publicly speak about God. 5 out of 700. Everybody's lost. This generation is lost. And I really do hate that I sound like this old head boomer. But it's just like, people are just, they're losing focus. Like, what's going on up here? Like, I just feel like their brains are hijacked or something. I don't understand. Like, nobody's following God. Nobody's on this spiritual journey. Nobody is figuring out what their purpose is. They have made social media their Bible and money their God. And I think this is the root of it. But as I've said before, you cannot have a relationship with God or be on a spiritual journey without self-awareness. Otherwise, there will be no growth and no accountability. Spirituality without self-awareness is just performance. And praise without purpose is also performance. Self-awareness really is the key to a lot. Because without it, you will be stuck in a victim mind state, and there's no growth in that. So until you get out of that mindset, you will continuously find the same issue in different bodies, go through the same things over and over again, and you will think that you are cursed and all these other things, when really it is you cursing yourself because you refuse to grow. The mirror is being has been held up to you for such a long time now, and you have been running from it. Stop running from yourself. Stop running from growth. God wants more for you, and you cannot get it until you face the music. Look in the mirror and heal. So, that is all I have for you guys tonight. 30 minutes isn't bad. I don't know why I thought I was going to get a lot longer, go a lot deeper, but I'm glad I kind of stayed on point. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments anything else that you've seen in dating pools as to why you think it sucks, anything that I missed, something that resonates with you. I will list my TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram in the comments below. As always, I missed you guys, and y'all should definitely follow my social media, because I'm not gonna lie, TikTok does get the most of me, Twitter gets the most of me, and Instagram does. So I know the in-depth dive-ins that I do on certain topics are great, but if you would like something more consistent, please consider following my other social media information, and that's going to be down below. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, share, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.